31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
I hope folks got out there and enjoyed the day because the weather was absolutely gorgeous.
It was. A little warm, a little humid, but you know what? At least it was quiet.
Yeah, right. 'Cause things are going to change for some of us over the weekend.
Yeah, the weekend is not going to bring more of the same, unfortunately, so plan accordingly. It is a 31 alert day coming up late tomorrow. Let's talk about that weekend. We will see storms arriving towards the end of the day on Saturday. If you have morning plans, fine. Early, mid-afternoon, going to be okay. It will be late afternoon and into the evening hours when the weather will start to get a little bumpy. 85 ahead of those storms. Behind them on Sunday, we're going to see a pretty big temperature drop, and this will be the beginning of a cooler pattern that'll take us through next week. 66 on your Sunday. There's still going to be a good bit of rain around. We're not going to have the severe weather threat hanging on, but especially Sunday morning staying a little soggy before that wet weather starts to break up and taper off a bit heading into your Sunday afternoon. Here is the latest on the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Now, at least in North Alabama, we're not in the worst of it, although we will get an update overnight tonight, and we'll have that for you first thing tomorrow morning. We do expect to see the greater threat for stronger storms across western Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, north and west Mississippi, and back into portions of Louisiana. That's where there's going to be a middle of the road level 3 risk. Our risk is lower here across North Alabama, but it's not zero either. With the highest chance for seeing some stronger storms, Huntsville back off to the west may see that threat a little bit lower over towards Sand Mountain as the storms will continue to gradually lose a little punch as they roll through during the late night hours on Saturday into early Sunday morning. These are the threats we're going to be monitoring. Winds up to 60 miles per hour, probably our highest threat. That'll be low to medium risk. Tornado, though, a possibility. You can never rule that out this time of year. April is our most active month for tornadoes in the state of Alabama, so we're always watching for that. And large hail, we'll keep an eye on that as well, especially with some storms that come in late tomorrow afternoon when temperatures are still kind of at their peak. That could set the stage for some larger hail coming on in with that activity. We've been spared thus far with one exception. You know, we had a tornado warning for Lauderdale County yesterday around 5 o'clock, and I mentioned that this would be going about as far northwest in the state of Alabama as you could possibly get, and it did. This was northwest of Waterloo. This is the Tennessee River, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, northwest corner. But the National Weather Service did find evidence that there was a tornado on the ground here. The good news is this is all forested area, rural, no structures experienced this tornado. It was all tree damage that was noted. They estimate this was an EF1 tornado, peak winds around 105 miles per hour. It did start in Mississippi and then ended just across the state line into Tennessee. But again, that was it. We've been relatively spared up until now, but we expect that to change over the weekend. Nothing on 31 Triple Doppler right now. Here's where all the active weather is. Once again, they're getting hit with heavy rain, severe weather, tornado potential from western Kentucky, southeast Missouri, back through Arkansas, into parts of northeast Texas. So this is still well removed from us, and which is why we're not expecting anything of any concern coming in overnight tonight. Latest with future radar showing the clouds will fill back in by tomorrow morning, but we'll start off your Saturday on a dry note. Most of the day should be fine until late afternoon. Here's around 4:30, 5 o'clock. May begin to see some stronger storms headed into the shoals. So this could be the beginning of some severe weather potential coming through. 8 o'clock in the evening out in the northwest corner of the state. Again, some stronger storms there. Now, these may kind of fizzle as they move eastward, but that may not be the end. Later on into the overnight hours, here's 2 o'clock in the morning, some more stronger thunderstorms start to get going, moving into northwestern Alabama and then progress east towards I-65. 4 a.m. on your Sunday could be active before everything does start to move east and push out by around sunrise on Sunday. And then behind it, here's 10 a.m. That's just rainfall, which is what we will be seeing sticking around through the end of the morning, tapering to some scattered showers for your Sunday afternoon. Still some questions about the exact timing and how all this is going to transpire, so I encourage you to check back with us later tomorrow as we get the latest information for you on the timing, placement of storms, and also the threat that they may bring. Overnight tonight, we dip to around 70. Tomorrow, another warm one, 78 by 10, 81 at the noon hour. We go mid-80s heading into the afternoon hours. 85 in Huntsville, Decatur, 84 Moulton, 84 Gunnersville, 85 degrees in Scottsboro. Again, a 31 alert day for later in the day, Saturday into Saturday night. We will see that threat diminish Sunday, at least the severe weather potential, but some rain will hold on. There's your cool down early next week. Monday may not get out of the 50s for highs, and we're still eyeing Tuesday morning and again Wednesday morning, cold enough in the upper 30s for some scattered light frost. Temperatures will bounce back again later next week, returning to around average for this time of year. Back into the 70s for highs, although we may keep some cooler mornings in the 50s for those overnight lows. Positive thing though, Nikel, once we get through the weekend, very likely there's going to be an extended stretch of calm weather, which is not always the case around here in April.
That is good to hear. Monday's going to be shocking, though. That's going to be a little cool.
Yeah, that'll be one of those days, you're probably going to have to wear a jacket.
Right, or
most of the
sweater or
day.
something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Jeff, thank you.